Under the dim glow of a Las Vegas casino, the night hums with secrets and chance.
A quiet man watches, not with hope, but with calculation.
Blackjack, a game of luck, unless you know how to count the invisible.
Card by card, chip by chip, he bends probability to his will. Under the dim glow of a Las Vegas casino, the night hums with secrets and chance.
Eyes in the ceiling, guards in the shadows, Dilyethra. The house always watches.
But he isn't cheating, Chaves. He's counting. A silent rhythm of math and memory.
When numbers replace luck, the game becomes art.
Discipline. Focus. No emotion. Only the count. The casino's adapt, ho. More decks, faster shuffles, higher stakes. He didn't break the law. He broke the game, Nugly, with nothing but his mind. This is the story of the Blackjack Revolution, led not by criminals, but by mathematicians, students, and
It began in the late 1950s. Las Vegas was alive, a desert empire of neon and dreams.
Casinos ruled the night. Fortune was theater, and the house always won.
But in the noise of the strip, one man watched Arit. Not for luck, but for logic. Edward O. Thorp Timbley, a math professor, a thinker, a man who believed every game had a pattern.
In his equations, blackjack wasn't chance, it was code, waiting to be solved.
Thorp's formula turned the tables, literally. For the first time, the player could beat the house.
The casinos fought back. More decks, faster shuffles, sharper eyes. Thorp didn't just win money. He changed the game proving that in the world of chance, knowledge is the ultimate power. When he realized blackjack had a memory, that cards removed from the deck changed the odds, he saw an opening in a billion-dollar system. By 1960, Thorp had built a formula, a system that could track the deck's memory in real time.
He tested his theory on the IBM 704, one of the first computers ever used to simulate a casino game.
In 1961, Thorp teamed up with Manny Kimmel, a seasoned gambler. Together, they walked into...
In 1961, Thorp teamed up with Manny Kimmel, a seasoned gambler.
In just days, a few $100s became thousands. The formula didn't just predict odds, it rewrote them.
Thorp revealed his system to the world in Beat the Dealer. The book became a sensation, turning blackjack into science.
Casinos panicked. New decks, new rules, new surveillance. But the math couldn't be unlearned.
What happens when you share a legal cheat code with the world? From MIT students to millionaire teams, the revolution spread. Thorp's idea became legend. The casinos would never be the same. In just days, a few $100s became thousands. The formula didn't just predict odds, it rewrote them. Thorp revealed his system to the world in Beat the Dealer. The book became a sensation, turning blackjack into science.
Casinos panicked. New decks, new rules, new surveillance. But the math couldn't be unlearned.
What happens when you share a legal cheat code with the world? From MIT students to millionaire teams, the revolution spread. Thorp's idea became legend.
Nevada gaming control records from the early 1960s showed player win rates defying casino expectations.
Thorp's equations weren't secret anymore. They were peer-reviewed, published, and recognized by the scientific community.
For the first time, the math behind luck was proven, and it terrified the casinos.
Even the casinos couldn't deny it. Their own internal reports confirmed the system worked.
They called them the counters, with quiet, calculated, and nearly invisible.
Teams worked wordlessly, subtle gestures, timed signals, perfect timing.
They bet big only when the count turned in their favor, striking like mathematicians, not gamblers.
Surveillance footage from 1989 shows the whispers, the suspicion, the moment casinos realized they were being outsmarted. Casinos called it unfair and attacked on the spirit of chance itself.
To the operators, card counting wasn't skill. It was subversion.
Critics argued Thorp's system worked only in theory, flosel, under perfect conditions few players ever faced. They pointed to the realities of the floor, multiple decks, faster shuffles, distractions engineered to break concentration.
Others said the flaw wasn't in the math, it was in the mind.
Thorp's model assumed rational behavior, but gamblers rarely stay rational when the stakes rise. Decades later, the argument continues. How much can the count really earn once the house adapts?
Modern casinos reshaped the battlefield. Multi-deck shoes, surveillance AI, and relentless pace.
Yet the numbers tell another story. A quiet pattern of players who kept winning, year after year.
For the most disciplined minds, the math still holds guard. Not as luck, but as logic.
For Edward Thorp, the code was never about greed. It was about proof.
But others saw more than an experiment, Tiffany. They saw freedom and fortune. Students began forming teams, pooling money, building trust, and taking their math on the road.
They traveled quietly, playing under aliases, their code of conduct as tight as any spy network.
With every winning streak, the legend grew. Some paid their tuition. Some built futures.
But the game took its toll. Paranoia, exhaustion, and the fear of being caught. Some cracked under the pressure. The deception became a lifestyle and a trap.
Casinos struck back town. Names blacklisted. Faces shared across the strip.
For those who followed Thorp, the code was more than a system. It was a lesson. Knowledge can change the odds, but never without cost. To understand Thorp's genius, imagine flipping a coin, but knowing, with precision, when it's slightly more likely to land heads. That's what card counting does. It doesn't predict fortune, it measures tilt. Experts call it the birth of applied probability, when mathematics stepped out of theory and into the real world.
The casino became a test lab, not just for gambling, but for psychology, risk, and strategy.
From behavioral economics to cybersecurity, Thorp's logic echoes through every system that measures uncertainty. And in a poetic twist, the very institutions built to control risk would end up using his ideas to protect themselves. The man who beat the house helped it evolve, proving that knowledge, once shared, changes both sides of the game. Blackjack was never just a game of chance again. It became a mirror, reflecting human logic, greed, and restraint. In the end, he proved that the smartest bet isn't on luck, it's on understanding.
So, what do we know?
A math professor discovered a legal way to win at blackjack, not by cheating, but by thinking.
Casinos changed, reshuffled, evolved. But the idea, the logic, survived. What we don't know is how many people still use it today.
And how many have found new tables in markets, in algorithms, in the invisible games of modern finance?
The count never died. It evolved from decks to data.
The same rules remain. Know the odds, stay calm, and never play blind. In casinos, the house watches. In finance, the algorithm does. Next, we follow the code, from the blackjack tables to Wall Street.
The game has changed again.
Casinos now rely on artificial intelligence to eyes that never blink, minds that never sleep.
High confidence. AI surveillance blends facial recognition with betting pattern analytics to detect counting behavior.
The modern pit boss isn't a person. It's a program.
Medium confidence. Private investors still apply Thorp's logic to crypto and micro-trading, where probability edges echo those of blackjack. The count has gone digital, from green felt to blockchain. Low confidence. Rumors persist of new digital counting systems in online casinos. But most online platforms shuffle virtually after each hand, resetting probability, killing the count before it starts.
Maybe the count is over. Or maybe it's just hiding somewhere new.
In the age of algorithms, Thorp's question still lingers. Can logic still beat the house when the house is now a machine? It's about how one idea, pure logic, can turn chance into choice. His so-called cheat code wasn't a crime. It was a mirror.
A mirror showing how knowledge can change power out and who holds it.
Thorp's discovery was never just about cards, it was about how we understand risk itself.
The story of Edward Thorp isn't just about beating casinos.
And it wasn't the last time math would rewrite a billion-dollar industry. If you want to see how another mathematical idea broke Wall Street before anyone noticed, watch our next film. The story continues, from cards to code. All sources in this film are drawn from public archives, interviews, and verified records. Updates and new findings will be added in the description below.